Hey guys, welcome out to the shop today. We are working on one of my old projects and I'm kind of revamping it. I made a workbench or benchtop router table a couple years ago and I love it. I love the design of it, but it's too big to be an actual benchtop router table. I pretty much made this router table a cabinet table, except cutting the bottom half of it off and making it so I could put it on a bench. Fact of the matter is, I've never really put it up on a bench, and I've always either put it on stools or on a chest. So we're gonna fix that today. We're gonna actually put new sides on it, put a bottom on it, and make it an actual cabinet style router table, and make it so it's actually mobile, because in my shop I've got so much stuff in here that the things need to be mobile nowadays. And here you can see the router table. It's gotten stuff piled on it because this has been getting in the way, but I had made this fence from some 1x6, and this was an old cutting board. This is all flush, and I love the design of this. It's got 4 drawers and the bottom is great, but this is not an ideal situation for this thing. It has the storage in here. I love it, but we're gonna fix it today by seeing if we can put some sides on here and making it mobile. All right, so we've got the bench top on, or the router table on its backside, and what we are going to do is cut off the 2 wings. So we're going to cut off this section and this section. It'll still leave everything right here intact, and we'll keep it all in one piece during all of the new assembly. And so what we're going to do is just take a circular saw to this. We're going to cut down and get off that part, and we'll do the same on this side. If you don't have a circular saw, you can obviously use a jigsaw, something like that. You don't have to have a circular saw to do this. So after getting these sides all flushed up, I want to go ahead and I want to make like a box for the base, and we're going to do that with some 2x4s, and then the sides will actually be 3/4 inch plywood, and so will the back. So what we're going to do is measure the dimension of this and make a frame out of 2x4. So now we've gotten all of our pieces cut out. We have 2 at 30 inches and 2 at 17.5 inches. And what I'm doing right now is getting ready to join all of these using pocket hole screws. And I've got it set up for the 1.5 inch lumber and cutting 4 holes in each of them, 2 on each end of the shorter pieces to join to the longer pieces. So we got the sides or the base all assembled for the most part, and now we're gonna go ahead and work on the two sides. I gotta figure out how high I would like it. I kind of want it higher than my bench, which, as you can see, my bench is just below my waist for when I'm doing hand planing. So I'd like it just a little bit higher, say it's right in this area. So I'm gonna base that off of where I kind of want it. So I want it, because you don't want it too high, or else you'll be working way up where you get uncomfortable. But right around this area, maybe 40 inches. I think 40 inches would be just fine, and that's gonna come right over the waist height. So to save on some lumber, I have changed up my plans a little bit, and I'm going with the very tabletop being roughly 30 inches high, but that is just including the wood. I'm going to be putting wheels underneath it, so I didn't factor that into the overall height. So these pieces are going to be cut at 30 inches by 20.5 inches. I've already ripped the width down, and now I'm just going to be cutting for the height of the actual table. For attaching the plywood to the bottom frame that we built, I'm going to be gluing and then screwing some 2-inch screws on here. And for the corners, I've actually cut the plywood longer than just this middle section. That way it actually holds the frame together. So we'll be putting the plywood actually into the end grain of the 2x4s as well, so that pretty much everything is connected. So there's a little bit of glue, and we'll put the sheet of plywood on here. Alright, so you guys can see that I've got the two sides on. They're screwed to the base and glued, and I've got them on some furniture dollies. And what we're going to do right now is go ahead and fit the router table in there and be able to get a measurement for the back piece that I need to put in there, and then we'll pretty much try to get the sides nailed or screwed into the top, and that should actually like brace everything together. And what I want to do with the front is build a set of drawers to hold router table stuff, more things like that, more storage. But with the dollies under there, that's about the height that I want it at, so that should be good. So let's go ahead and throw the router table in there and see what happens. It should sit down. Oh, we gotta take the fence off because I got 2x4s holding as clamps, and we cannot do that right yet with the new sides. They're too long. So you can see that's what that side's resting on. So we'll have to trim up the clamping section just a little bit. Get that washer off there. And then that is pretty much that, besides getting it screwed together. So that's about what it's going to be looking like. And then, like I said, I want to add probably 2 big drawers right here in the bottom. But that's a decent size right there. Looks good. For attaching the sides, I'm just using 1¼ inch screws. And I'm just going to get them all lined up, get it positioned where I need it to be, and just screwing it together. So that is where we are at right now. We have to get some wheels, get a back on there, and then make up some drawers. I want to put in a base right here to kind of keep this separated from the drawer area. So we will look at doing that as well. I just went ahead and added a sheet like I was talking about. It's a 1/4 inch thick piece of plywood, maple plywood, and I just attached it into the 3/4 inch sections right there. So now I've got a nice sectioned off piece for the actual router. And now I have like a designated area right on the bottom just for the drawers that I want to install. Alright guys, so that's where we are going to stop it right now. A couple other things that I want to do for this is add the drawers, add the wheels. I want to upgrade the fence that is a 0 clearance style fence that can move it in and out depending on what size bit we have. Need to drill a hole for the power cord to go through the back. And I also want to redo these handles. They're okay. I like the design of them with the pull part, but they kind of look bulky, and I want something a little bit sleeker, a little bit smaller. Thanks guys for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Hit that thumbs up button. If you guys are new, welcome, and hit that little subscribe button and check out all the other videos. You guys can go to the playlist, hit that up, and check out what all's there. I got car videos, woodworking, blacksmithing, DIY stuff, homesteading kind of stuff. Just, you gotta go check out the playlist. Thanks guys for watching. We'll see you guys later.